Hi friends, Nicole Vincent here. I am excited to share with you about checking for video copyrights within the Amazon Influencer Program. So if you're an Amazon influencer and you're creating videos, you know the time that it takes you to create those and you don't want your work stolen. Unfortunately, there are sellers on Amazon and other influencers that might steal your videos. Now, the Oink extension has created a tool to check for this. Now, it's not foolproof. It has to check it based on the video length time, but it definitely is helpful, has helped me find videos of mine that have been stolen. And as I file that copyright claim, I've actually gotten a few emails back saying, hey, sorry about that. We'd like to buy your video. And I've earned money that way by selling that video to them. And then I just make another video of the product to use as an influencer video. So I want to demonstrate this to you, show you how you can do it, show you how to file a copyright claim, and keep your work protected within the Amazon Influencer Program. So let's get going. Okay, so the way that this works is Oink is an extension that you can use for so many tools. This is just one of the many tools. This is probably the most valuable tool I use within the Amazon Influencer Program to help me maximize my sales and just do so many things. So what you're going to do in order to do this is you go to your storefront, and these pink buttons here are the Oink extension, and then other actions, and then copyright audit. So I just did this, and this is what came up. I've checked a few of them, and then I realized that this would be great to show you guys what I'm doing. So it's going to come up with, it's going to scan all of your videos, and then what it does, because it's really hard to do like true copyright check to see if your face is showing up or your video content to their video content. And so what the Oink extension does is it checks it by the timestamp. And so this group up here at the top is going to be showing videos that the brand video has the exact same timestamp as your video for that product. And then within the margin, this is going to be videos that the brand video is within a few seconds less or more than your video. And so each of these are hyperlinks. And so you have to go in manually and check each of them. So we're going to pull these up. Okay, so this is a pillow that I did. So the way you're going to do this is you're going to pull up the listing, and you're going to go to here, and I'm going to say, nope, that is not my video, but I do have a video for this product. Mine is not in the carousel for this product. I will explain to you how to tell the difference between a video, a brand video, and an influencer video and a customer video, because it's important to know how to spot these in order to determine if it's yours. So what I'm looking for on this product, or on any product page that I pull up, is when you see the section videos for this product, and Oink only works on a desktop or a laptop computer, so that's the only way I'm going to demonstrate this to you. So you're going to look here, videos for this product, and you can see the brand name right under here by the video. Underneath that, you're going to see related videos for this product. The related videos for this product are going to be the influencer videos. You're going to see individual influencer names here underneath the titles. And then you might see, this isn't always present, but you might see the customer review videos, and you will see a rating that they have given that. So that is the main difference between the three video types. So that's what we're looking for as we are scanning through these videos. So that one is fine. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so I'm going to check these that I have checked them and they are good. Next one. And you will see some brands are notorious for stealing influencer videos and some brands are not. This brand obviously just has 3 brand videos. Okay, same situation. And sometimes these will come up as you clear out your storefront fetch and run it again, that you might see repeats. Okay, I know this one was not. That is just the same duration. Okay, let's check this one. And nope, you can see our timestamps are just the same. The brand is underneath here, but you can see my username right, my storefront name right here. Ooh, I got very frizzy hair that day. That's fun. And that was one of the very first videos I did. But that is not a stolen video. So let's go down here to the ones within margin and let's see if we can find one. So you can see this is one that has a similar timestamp, but not exact. So they have a brand video here for at 118, and mine is right here at 117. And then I also have one here at 121. And so those are within the margin for this to get triggered. And a lot of times brands will just trim off a little bit or add a little bit to your video to kind of hide it. I've had that happen as well. So even if you see a thumbnail here, if the time is close, I recommend watching the videos to see if they possibly put a new thumbnail on it or something like that, because they will do that and steal your videos sometimes. On clothing, for example, they can be a little tricky. So if you look over here, because clothing only has lower carousels, sometimes they will have one video. They can have a brand video in the upper carousel, but they only have influencer videos in the lower carousel. And so you do kind of have to look at these a little closer because it's not as easy to spot. So if you look over here, you've got videos for this product, and you're going to see influencer names, Catherine Dixon. Now, this is tricky because this is a pretty garden dress, but the brand name here is listed as Demexia. And then you've got Demexia, and this is the brand video. And so you want to look at that to see if they're taking your video. So you want to make sure that they're not taking your content and looking at that. So you can see like these are not segregated by videos for this product, related videos for this product, or customer reviews for this product. It is all videos for this product in the lower carousel. So, and then you just kind of have to, sometimes the brand name does not match the brand name that you expect. And so just look for those. Okay, this is an example of a video that I found on a previous copyright check several months ago. So I was running it and it came up on this product that the company had sent me to review. And lo and behold, I see my face. I'm like, oh, I didn't make that thumbnail. And so my video it doesn't even pop up on the top anymore. And so for example, I filed the copyright complaint. The company emailed me, because you have to provide an email address for the company to contact you, emailed me and purchased the rights to use my video on their site. I sent another email into Amazon saying I retract this complaint, and they restored the video. Here you can see this is my video and my cute little pooch, but it's still going to show up on the copyright thing because I do have my original video still tagged and listed on there, even though it's not on an upper carousel, it's on the lower carousel. If you see that, and let's say you this is new to you, you didn't see that this is the first time you're seeing your video as a brand has taken your video. What you're going to do is you're going to go to, there's a little flag here, but first you want to find your original video. So mine is not on the upper carousel. I'm not going to report them again. Don't worry. I'm just showing you a mock-up. You're going to go down to the lower carousel because my show that is on the lower carousel. Here I am. Go over here to the thumbnail. If you right click, copy link address, go back up to the top, go to the video, the brand video that's listed right here. See, so you can see it's listed under the brand name. And I actually found that they had used this video on the Canadian and UK sites as well. And so that was something that was part of the negotiation and purchasing my video. You click this tab and then you would click report. I'm not going to do that because I've already reached a deal with this brand. And so I don't have beef with them having my video up right now. You would click report, and then you would click this copyright infringement link, which is going to open a new tab. This tab is going to give you a PDF form that you need to fill out. Now, you're going to put because we just copied our own video. So we're going to put the brand took my video without permission. Put the link to your original video. This is why you do not delete your videos off Amazon, and why you also put it on YouTube, because you can also include the YouTube URL here as well if you want to, but you always want to make sure you put your original video link here. Now we're going to go back to this tab and we're going to go to this link, right click, go to copy link address, go back to your form, and we're going to paste it right here in this video link URL. Then you're going to enter your contact information. This goes to Amazon, so they already have your address, but put your information in there, like fill this out completely. And then the secondary contact details, this is what they are going to send to the person, the company that stole your video. So you're going to put your name, and if you have a different, so my storefront name is called Nicole's Favorite Things, but I would also put my full name, and then I'm going to put my email address that I want them to contact me on. So this does not have to be your Amazon email address. This does not have to be your Amazon influencer email address. This is just where you want the brand to contact you on. So I have a specific email address that I deal with brands, and so I'm going to put that email address. You're going to check this, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go up to the form and click Save with your changes. And what I do is I will type in, because it will give you a prompt to save the file name. So I'm going to put whatever the name of the brand and the item, but you're going to save that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to click on this video copyright at Amazon.com, or you are going to copy and paste this into your email service. I'm going to click on this. It's going to open my Gmail. So you can make the subject anything you want to. I typically will put stolen video and then the name of the brand and the product, so I just can find it easier. And then I basically will reiterate what I filled out in the form. I will put, this brand has taken my video without permission. And then I put the stolen video link, and I put out, this brand has taken my video without permission. And then I put stolen video, and then I put the link there, and then I put original video, and then I'm going to put my original video link there. And then I send it in. Now, it does take about 2 to 3 weeks, but you will receive an email from Amazon once they have taken action on your filing. Now, if it's been more than 3 weeks and you have not heard from them, I recommend resubmitting the copyright claim, because sometimes stuff does get lost. But they're really good about, in general, they're really good about emailing you back when something has been taken. And then once they've responded, they take down the video. It takes about 24 to 40 hours. Make sure you follow up and check that listing for the next 2 or 3 days until you see the video disappear, because I have had an instance where Amazon in the email said that they had taken it down and they didn't, and I kept watching it for a few weeks, and I actually had to resubmit a brand new copyright form. And then once they received that, about a week and a half, 2 weeks later, they did take it down. But they do make mistakes, so just keep that in mind. So I do this copyright check probably at least 2 to 3 times a month. It really depends. I have a lot of videos, and so it takes some time to go through all of them. And it will bring up, like, even though you say don't show this again, it's not going to, if you do a fresh storefront fetch, it will bring those up again. So you will see duplicates, but you can easily, you're like, I know this, I've already checked this, I've already seen this, I know that this is not a duplicate, and it's not foolproof, and it doesn't check other influencer videos. It only is checking brand videos against your video for that product. But this is such a powerful tool to not only keep your content protected, but also it can also put extra money in your pocket. It is just a valuable tool. So once you're done checking everything, you can export the data to a CSV file if that's something that you want to track, or you can close it. Let's say I want to check this again. I can go back here to copyright audit, and I can click update. And so it's showing me all that I just checked. So this is such a powerful tool to help keep your videos protected. Watch your back for you, because trying to check for copyright and stolen videos is really tricky. It's not fun to find out that your videos have been stolen. So I hope this is helpful. Definitely check your videos. If you are looking to add Oink to your tool set, I've got a discount code in the link below, in the description below. So check that out, and make sure you like and subscribe for more Amazon influencer videos, and see you next time.